How do you make a NeoForge server with mods? Leave a like, subscribe, and let's get started. So first, we go to the blog I've linked in the description, and right at the bottom we've got some useful links. One of them is a link to the official NeoForge website. From this site, we choose which version we want to install the server for, and click here to download the installer. I choose the desktop so I have easy access to the file, and now with the file on the desktop, we open it by double-clicking, and this installer window pops up. You can also right-click, open with, and select Java. It does the same thing, and of course you can also right-click, open with, choose another app, and select Java here. If none of these methods work, you'll need to check out my guide on installing and fixing Java. You need to have at least JDK21 installed. On Windows, you can simply use the installer from the official website. JDK25 should work as well. If you're still having problems after installing Java, you can download a program called jarfix. I explain all of this in detail in that guide. I'll put the link in the description. So once we have the installer open, we first need to install NeoForge for our Minecraft client. To do this, first open your Minecraft launcher, and if you haven't run Minecraft at least once on the version you want your server to be on, make sure to do that now at least once. The point is to generate the files for that version, and once the game opens, I just close it here. Now we can go back to the installer and click proceed here. The installation's in progress. NeoForge is being installed to our Minecraft, and we've successfully installed it. Now, when you open the Minecraft launcher again, you'll see in the bottom left corner that we have the NeoForge profile. It's right here. If you don't see it, you can go to Installations. New installation. Name it however you like, and then select the appropriate NeoForge version from the list here. Click Install, and it'll show up on our list, right here. This will be important later. So now we've confirmed that NeoForge is installed for Minecraft. And now let's open the installer again, and this time we'll install the server version. So here, select the second checkbox, Install Server. Here, click the three dots, choose for example Desktop, and then right-click to create a new folder. Let's name it NeoForge Server. Press Enter, and now we select this folder here, and also check this Server Starter checkbox. This is very important. Only now do we click Proceed, and our server will start installing. When we open the folder we created, we can see that files are starting to appear here. We need to wait until the installation's finished, until literally all the files are created, and then we'll get a window saying it was successful. I click OK. Remember, the server is hosted locally on your computer. This means you need a fairly powerful computer to host the server and play with mods. If you want to make the process of setting up a server easier, you can take advantage of this channel's partner offer, which is Simple Game Hosting. They offer easy integration with mod packs and server locations to choose from all around the world. By purchasing through the link in the description, you support the channel, for which I am very grateful, and by using the code TIPGRINDER, you get 25% off your first month. And now let's continue. And indeed, in this folder right here, we have our server files. We start the server with our .bat file. Of course, if we're on Windows, I just double-click and the server starts up. Unfortunately, it won't start right now because we need to accept the EULA file. So I exit this console, and here we can see that the EULA file has been created. We open it with any text editor and simply change false to true. By accepting the end user license agreement, we make sure the file's saved. I press Ctrl S on the keyboard, or you can use the save icon in the editor's UI. Depending on which program you're using, now we run the server again using the same .bat file. If you run into any issues during startup, remember to check out the Java Troubleshooting guide and use the jarfix program. That often helps. That's it. The server's starting up. We'll see the final message in a moment. Here we have done. We did it! However, the server doesn't have any mods yet, so let's download them now. The server's stopping. So let's go to the website where we want to download the mods. This time, I'm going to use CurseForge and upload the Mr. Crayfish Furniture mod plugin. This is the latest version of this mod. We go to the Files tab, and here on the list, we look for our loader, which will be NeoForge, and we look for the correct game version, which is 1.21.11. Exactly this one. And right on this line, I click the three dots and select Download File. I choose to download it to the desktop so I have easy access to this file. And here's a very important thing. Always check in the mod description whether it requires any other mods to work. This is very common. If you're using CurseForge, you can do this in the Relations tab. Here, we go in and look at this list, and we see that the framework mod is required for this mod to work, So I also open up that exact mod, go to the Files tab, and look for my loader. That will be NeoForge and my game version, 121.11. So I need to download this exact version. So here I hover over the 3 dows. Download the file, and we also save it to the desktop. So remember this step, because mods might not work if you skip it. Not all mods require this. Some mods just work on their own, without any add-ons. So now I go to the desktop, and here I have these 2 files that I downloaded. Here we have the server folder. We go into the mods tab, I open that folder, and now we simply move our mods here. And now we have them on the server, but remember, to play on the server with mods, we also need to have these mods installed on our Minecraft client, so I select them here and copy them. You can also use Ctrl-C on your keyboard. And now I open the Minecraft launcher again. Now I go to the Installations tab, and for our profile, or the one we created manually, we click on this folder icon. This opens up the files, and here we look for the mods folder. If we don't have it, just right-click, create a new folder, and name it the same way, mods. Then we go into that folder, and here we simply paste our files. So when we go back to the desktop, on the right we have the Minecraft client mods folder, and on the left we have the server mods folder. We have exactly the same files here. I can close the client folder now. We're left with just the server folder. Here I go back and start the server again, using this file. Now we look closely at the console to see if any errors pop up, if we installed everything correctly, if we picked the right mod version, the right loader. Are we missing any dependencies? We can already see some errors. We'll see in a moment if this will affect whether the mod is loaded, because some errors just show up, but that doesn't mean the mod isn't working. We need to check this in-game, so now of course I'm launching my Minecraft also using this NeoForge profile. In the place where we put the mods, we'll try to join the server. After launching the game, we can see here that it's NeoForge on this version, so everything's okay. Now we can go to the multiplayer tab, and here we click Add Server. We name it however we want, and in the address field, we type localhost. That's because this server is hosted locally on our computer. I click OK and we can see that it's available. Let's try to join. We're connecting to the world, and in our console we should also see that we're joining. We did it! And now we can also give ourselves operator status so we can use various commands. For example, game mode creative. Now let's check in creative mode if our modification is enabled. Let's go to the next page, and we actually have a tab for our furniture. We can pick a piece of furniture and place it, and everything works. Remember that this server is local, which means only people on your home network can join it. To make this tutorial complete, now we'll share it with your friends so they can join and play with you. We can do this through port forwarding or by using a third-party service that makes it easier. A pretty popular one is playit.gg, and that's exactly what we'll use in this episode. So let's go to the main page of playit.gg, and here we go to the download tab. Here we choose the operating system. I choose Windows and download the recommended option. I also choose to install it on the desktop, so let's go to the desktop now. Here we have the installer. I double click it and the installation window opens. We confirm that we want to run it. We move on to the next step. Next, we install it. If an administrator pop-up appears, confirm by clicking yes, and our installation is complete. Now we have a shortcut on the desktop. We can use it now. I double click it and this window opens. Now we wait a moment and a link appears. I press Ctrl on the keyboard and click it to open it in the browser. This window opens and now we can create an account. It only requires an email and a password, or if you already have an account, you can simply log in. Regardless of whether you're creating an account for the first time or logging in, the next step looks exactly the same. We click Continue. We can change the agent's name, but it's not necessary. We click Next. Now create a tunnel. We need to give the tunnel a name. For example, it can be like this. We click Next. Now we choose the game. For us, that's Minecraft Java. By the way, I have the same kind of tutorial for Hightail, so you can check that out too. Link in the description. I'm moving on. Yeah, we're using the free network here. I'm moving on. Then again, and let's create the tunnel. Now everything's loading, and here it assigns us an IP address. As we can see, our playit.gg console is also changed. We've been logged in, and here we have our IP address. We can simply copy it. Now make sure your Minecraft server is still running. If you stopped it, just start it again. It needs to be turned on, and using this exact IP address, we can add a new server in our game by entering this IP address in the field. I click OK, and we're connected. If there's no connection, you need to wait until everything is definitely up and running here. And indeed, here we have access exactly through this IP. We can join the server, and your friends will use this IP as well. Everything works, we can keep playing. Of course, we have these modifications. This is the same server, and you and your friends can access it using this exact IP. Remember, this is a locally hosted server, so if you turn off your computer or the server, your friends will lose access, and you'll need to turn it back on for them. If this tutorial helped you, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps. Also, let me know what tutorial I should make next, and I'll see you in the future. Thanks. Bye.